So, this last week has somehow managed to be both interesting and kind of boring at the same time. I don't mind some boring after all the excitement would never rest, but still. My new scions have been adjusting and growing into their new niches. Honey has started slowly working on organising the library, and I do mean slowly. It takes a ton of bees to move a book, and it takes her a while to read it to know where it should go. I'm not sure if I should be surprised that she can read or not. I gave her what vagueness I could remember of the Dewey Decimal System, and she's been working on it. Aranya sometimes goes in there just to watch her work too, when she's not busy. Thing has picked up at least the rudiments of enchantment, and it looks like most of the application for me is in trap making. No wonder Neverest has so many traps. I have been avoiding the things a lot since all I had access to were either so minor that the mana gain didn't make much difference, or potentially lethal. Magical traps seem to be a lot more versatile. The first trap he's managed to make is a slowing trap, which is very helpful around the entrances and the tunnels. He takes a crystal, a bit of honeycomb, a ball of web, or wiggles his fingers around, and I have a little slowless trap. I can get behind traps like this. Jello loves them too. She's taken to wandering from entrance to entrance to catch whatever's being slowed. I hope Thing figures out an entangling trap, or something similar. That'd be even better for Jello. Grim seems to enjoy tending to the graveyard, and I've seen him coming over to the yard around the house to keep the lawn a bit more managed. The enclave ratlings have been gathering the cuttings too, to feed their little mushroom farm, and weave a few rough little baskets. Aranya's been spending a lot of her time in there with them the last week. Her eyes seem to light up when she noticed the enclave too, and she's been trying to help them get their society started. Yeah, a society. They've been changing a lot over the week. They're still listed as ratlings, but the advancement bars are almost full. I bet they'll get a different name once it does. They only have a passing resemblance to the ratlings anymore. They've also started wearing clothing. It's a lot rougher than what I made for Aranya and Yvonne, and they seem to have used a bit of the grass cuttings as reinforcement and or decoration. It keeps their modesty at least. They've even gone on a few small expeditions on their own, and returned with some dead critters from deeper in the caverns. My little ratlings are getting along just fine, it seems, and I think I have Aranya to thank for that. As for my other resident, well, she hasn't been around very much the last week. She comes back in to rest, changing into the silk robe and such, once in the secret base, and gives Aranya her reading lesson for the night, and is off again in the morning. She doesn't sleep, though. The first night she tried, but after tossing and turning for over an hour, she got up and wandered. I get the feeling that she can't sleep anymore. She's taken to helping Honey organise the library instead, which seems to help clear her mind. I hope she can get some more hobbies eventually. The library won't be able to keep her forever. She's also mentioned that most of the quests she's been getting have been from various mages and clerics in the city, wanting to study her. It's apparently been a bit awkward, but she wants information as much as they do. She seems to be almost stuck in the state she died in, which makes her a pretty intact corpse. From things studying, it seems life drinking basically just sucks the HP out of someone. Since Ilara and the ants healed her as well as they could, she's in as good a condition as she's ever been. She's also not breaking down like most undead do, which is weird. I think it's because of the upkeep I pay in mana. The experts say she's been suffused with different energy than what powers other undead. They even did a little test with a pinprick and healing spells. That would have hurt a normal undead, but she said it felt a lot like getting healed before she ever became undead. There was a lot of technical talk that she didn't understand, but she was at least able to get them to stop nerding out long enough to tell her that she's no longer in danger of becoming a rotting walking corpse. Her mind also seems to be unaffected, which makes both of us relieved. She doesn't want to lose herself, and I don't want to have done something like that to her. It's still something to keep quiet, though. Nobody wants to learn there's an intelligent undead walking around. That's the kind of thing that draws crowds with torches and pitchforks.